Round of applause to Miss Amber Twardy. That was good stuff going down that luge. I know it can be a little bit scary. She was brave yesterday, and this weekend looks like a fantastic weekend to get out and about and enjoy some of those winter sports. We have a fresh pack of snow coming down this morning to enjoy. Right now, Walker camera showing off that light snow flying. 25 degrees is our temperature. Wind chill value sitting at 16. Weather ball blinking green. We have no change foreseen in our cold temperatures, and we continue on with chances for snowfall in sight. This news sponsored by LaFontaine Ford of Grand Rapids. School commute. If the kids have school this morning, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple school closures start to roll in here shortly. Temperatures are sitting in the low 30s for now, but a front drops through this afternoon and actually continues to drop our temperature profile down into the 20s and then eventually teens by the time we reach 6 o'clock. So make sure, just because it's a little bit milder out this morning, that you're still dressing for cold conditions, especially because our wind speeds are going to uptick and it will feel even colder than that outside. Here's a current look at our radar. The strongest band of snow making its way towards Lansing right now. This system's actually, we're reaching the back edge of it. It was a really quick hitting clipper system that dropped down throughout the overnight hours. As it clears out of here, though, we have another front that's going to drop through between noon to around 2 o'clock today for West Michigan. So while the system snow clears out of here, right along that frontal boundary, we saw this occur about 2 weeks ago on a Monday morning where we saw a really intense pocket of snow form for about 2 hours as an Arctic front dropped down. It's not 100% certainty that that will happen late today, but I do want to just mention it, that between 11 o'clock in our northern zones, noon for the greater Grand Rapids region, to about 2 p.m. towards Battle Creek, we could see a very narrow, intense band of snowfall come to fruition, especially if we get a little bit of lake enhancement coupling with that as our winds try to spin in direction. With that being said, it would be short-lived, but if you do get underneath it driving, chances are you'll be experiencing more whiteout-like conditions. Behind that frontal boundary passing through, we're back to dry skies and only a few lingering light chances for snowfall, mainly along our immediate lakeshore's edge. You know who you are, Big Sauble, Little Sauble Point. You continue with small chances for snowfall in the forecast, kind of lingering throughout much of your weekend. In terms of the extended weekend forecast, we fast forward to Sunday morning because that's when we have our next chance for some snowfall on a little bit of a broader scale. A 30 to 40% chance for snow dropping in during the very early morning hours, less than an inch, so nothing to be too worried about there. In addition to our chances for snowfall, we've got some really strong winds pushing into West Michigan. We're talking winds gusting upwards of 35 miles per hour along the lakeshore's edge, 20 to 30 miles per hour inland. You mix that in with our temperature profile and it's going to feel sub-zero tonight and into early tomorrow morning. So be prepared for another blast of cold air there, and even look towards Ludington. We could have upwards of a 45 mile per hour wind gust as that front arrives to West Michigan. The rest of your 13 on your side 7-day forecast showing off that once we get past this cold weekend, we actually have some milder temperatures returning to West Michigan next week, building us back into the mid to upper 30s.